Apologies in advance, everybody. I'm Tony.
And I'm Sloppy.
We're back with Like a Dragon Ishin. You know, we started a brand new game and really didn't go anywhere with it.
Yeah.
we definitely took a while to get back to this one, even though I'm more excited for this than really almost anything we're playing on the channel for the sake that it's a new Yakuza game. What do you want, Shibusawa? I mean Takechi.
Beat Takeshi. I know I keep making that joke, but I love Beat Takeshi.
Yeah, let's go. Let's head over to see Pops. Let's go find your challenge here, Takeshi.
And for any of you wondering, for the early lore hounds here, this is our first recording of Ishin since we moved. Well, we still got more situating to do, so if we've got some weird audio issues going on, apologies as always, but we'll get it eventually. We just need to, settle down in one spot long enough to be able to do that. And unfortunately, we will be changing our recording situation again here within the next couple months.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a toss-up.
I think our next recording situation might be a little bit better, just because, well, I mean, it won't be much different because we'll be in about this size of an area. Just less soundproofing, but we won't have to worry about anything after that anyway. We're in a bit of an odd situation for any of you who are interested. Excuse me.
Essentially, studio apartment is the best way. Well, ironically, studio apartment.
Actually, literally living in a studio right now. Like a recording studio. So we've got, a great space to record. It's just,
the tools to accomplish it as of this rate are difficult.
Yeah.
He looks so goofy.
He do. I will say, ironically, though, I think our recording will be a little bit better once we're out of the studio.
Yeah. This balding old man an ultimatum. We will eradicate baldness across all of Japan. We will purge Tosa of all toupees.
Oh, no.
We are the loyalists to Keeps.com.
Man, I wish that were around when I was a youngin'.
Unfortunately, he's past the point of the keep phase.
I have to go full Elon Musk here. I need to get like transplants or something if I wanted hair back. So I'm sure I've mentioned it on video at least once or twice, but I went bald when I was 16. So yeah, no, it's been a minute. Or at the very least, I started going bald, like, noticeably when I was 16.
It was a tide that never came back in.
No, it's just... I'm still in the reeling back phase of the tidal wave here. The second I hit 30, boom! Hair everywhere. My hair will come back with a vengeance. It'll be 3 times as long as it was before, and it was already down past my ass.
He'll become Sasquatch without even entering witness protection.
Hey!
Any of you get that joke? Man, how was it living through that show?
No, nani? I've not paid attention to a word they've said this entire time.
They're talking about taking down the royalty in Tosa and wiping out the upper class, essentially.
Ah.
And they're talking about his appointment to party representative immediately.
See, this is why I want to learn Japanese, so I don't have to pay attention to the words coming across the screen.
And I'm kind of frustrated. I can't recognize that person just by their eyes.
I'm guessing that's the point. Didn't we already see this?
No.
Okay.
And I want to say, don't get used to watching that. Don't get used to watching that, but well. What? Nothing.
Well,
Can't catch a fucking break.
nope.
Who could have done this?
Oh yeah, you got about this far on your own playthrough. Yeah.
I literally got to the next part of the game and then stopped playing because I wanted to play for the channel.
Yeah.
And you see, unfortunately, good old Ryoma doesn't listen to his pops here. I gotta give him credit. Like, they animated the sweat on him really well. Like, you can see his fucking pores.
Mm-hmm.
Then fucking Date.
I didn't realize that was Date the first time we were playing through here.
It's like, God damn it, Date, get out of here.
Man, I love this series.
You're gonna have a falling out with your daughter again and come back in an hour anyways.
Because you're bored and want to get drunk.
I'll beat you without even using my sword! With my patented. Ah! Ow.
Damn it, Tony, you put out one of the candles. Now it's harder to see. For them!
I mean, well, I'd kind of just caved in his eye socket, so yeah, he's definitely having trouble. Stop blocking! Ooh! He would have gone through that, though.
Well, that's just a paper screen. And it's like, well, yes, that paper it can withstand a little bit, not that.
Also, I love the fact that my heat's rising so quickly because I'm drunk. Worst intervention ever. Oh, damn, it's not more beer.
Why is there all the beer gone?
Why is the rum always gone? Now it's time to kill.
My mightiest weapon, gun. Man, it's really wild that, like, this also takes place during, like, Wild West times, essentially.
Yup. Yeah, if you ever want to kind of get thrown off on historical, like, what eras took place during what, look up when the samurai were falling and what was going on in the West. Because when the black ships were arriving, these weren't like the first settlers, like fucking pilgrims. No.
Texas was a state.
The Alamo wasn't too far off.
I actually watched a kind of a YouTube documentary, I guess if you want to call it that. And I know I talked to you about this, but I just figured I'd share it for a lovely fewish. But just like
those enemies are normally annoying as hell.
Yeah. But just the idea of how wild it is, the fact that Japan was stuck in like the 15th, 16th century until essentially like Englishmen, the Westerners in general, started coming through and saying, "Oh, hey, we got medicine to fix that. We got electricity now. That's a pretty neat thing. I think they had some sort of electricity back then, but like not widely available. I'm by no means an expert on that. I just really enjoy history and in Japan.
What he's really saying here is, no matter what you're hearing, don't quote him, but
it's approximate knowledge. I've got approximate knowledge on a lot of things. I'm omniscient when you take into approximate knowledge on things. I know a little bit about everything.
I'm averagely omniscient. I know everything, but only to a certain degree.
I know more than your average bear, but you know.
But do you have marvelous evasive maneuvers?
Well, neither do you, but
I don't. I'm doing poorly.
that's what I want to do for all y'all eventually.
Fire.
When we've got enough of a following, one of my shirts is going to say, I'm partially I've got omniscient knowledge relatively.
Omniscient, yeah, something.
Also, I recently found out I'm autistic. Shouldn't be a surprise to anybody.
And if any of you are worried about me here making that, I am on very heavy, kind of heavy ADHD medication and antidepressants now. So, if I'm not at least on the spectrum, I'm near the line.
For a hot second there, just because I'm blind as a bat, I thought they were riding in on horses. I was like, what the fuck? Why are there horses?
Hey, don't you remember Samurai Warriors where you could ride your fucking steed in the stealth missions?
Oh, yeah. You and I did that a lot.
Oh, yeah.
That's how we beat most of the missions.
On the OG Samurai Warriors here, people. PS2.
Uh-huh. Not that we've known each other since the PS2 days. No, we still play PS2.
Armored Core, man.
Oh, yeah.
I've been getting ready. Yeah, I definitely should, or none of that. Yeah. Medicine.
Speaking of PS2 stuff, I was talking to one of my coworkers earlier, and we were both just, I had known that he was a fan of Dragon Ball Z, but I didn't know he was as much of a fan of the Budokai Tenkaichi games as we are. But no, he is huge. He was talking about doing a D&D campaign with a bunch of his friends, and it's supposed to be based on DBZ.
Man, I kicked his ass.
You did. And we were talking about, man, I just wish they'd make, another good DBZ game. It's like Xenoverse is fun, and I told him, it's like, oh yeah, well, Budokai Tenkaichi 4 is coming eventually.
Oh, right, yeah.
And he's like, oh shit, hell yeah. I was just kind of pleasantly surprised, because I'm not used to people, especially people who are a little bit younger than me. I'd say a little bit, but he's about 10 years younger than me. But I'm just kind of surprised when younger people like the Budokai Tenkaichi games, because most people seem to not like those as much these days for whatever reason.
Yeah.
At least not the younger generation, because they're more into the Xenoverse and
Fighters.
Yeah.
Fighters is a big one.
And it's like, I love tournament fighters, and I actually kind of do want to try out Dragon Ball Fighter Z, however you want to say that. Just, I prefer a bit more story in it as well. I mean, I've recently just started playing Soul Calibur. Which one?
6.
Yeah, that one. Soul Calibur 6. And, yeah, that's a hell of a fun game. And it does have a good story. I'm playing through the create a character story, and that's really interesting. I think it'd be kind of neat to do it on the channel. I'm debating on doing that. for all y'all, but at the same time, it's really a lot of reading and a lot of waiting. So I don't know how well that would go.
Comment down below if you want to see him play Soul Calibur 6, everybody. I've been playing God of War 2018. And, I am rather pissed at myself for taking this long.
Yeah.
I have been loving it abashedly. Yes, Trev, you were right. Awesome. Hi, Trev! Fun fact, everybody, he was on our other channel. Don't go looking for it.
He was on our other channel, and now he's in Japan.
See, it's all cyclical.
It's all cyclical.
I'm feeling rather sick.
I'm pretty sick of you. You son of a bitch, don't make me
It's
kill
blood, Ryoma.
you. What happened? He got his ass kicked. What do you think happened?
I'm really, really worried that he barely spared him because he's working for him. But for any of you who played Yakuza 0, you know why I'm distrustful of that face.
Well, and it just, that's kind of how
These games work.
Generally, it ends up being, oh, it's this big turn around, and you wouldn't ever think that this guy's actually a bad guy. No, you knew the whole fucking time. Or at the very least, if you have a brain cell, you kind of thought, this is a little sussy. But you know, it just happens. It's a fucking soap opera essentially. So what are you gonna do? Come on, Tony, you can do it. Kill him.
You see,
Kill him in the
Zero
face.
is a soap opera for bros. This is a soap opera for Kyodai. A soap opera for Aniki. A true samurai duel.
True samurai. Well, actually, if it were true samurai, it'd be way more sloppy.
You're right.
There you go. They would be using bows. Because you see, if a real samurai used his sword, he considered himself to be a really bad archer, and that was your main point, is to be a really good archer, horse archer. See, I do that voice, but making fun of the actually people, but actually.
He is the actually people with this one.
Because that's for the most part true. Again, approximate knowledge.
But you see, in that regard, he doesn't hate on samurai duels being mostly with swords for one reason. He knows the fact that it's more entertaining to watch.
Oh yeah, well I mean, like,
Granted, I would love to see a Metal Gear style fucking samurai movie.
oh god.
Like, imagine like the sniper duel with Quiet, but with two samurai trying to sneak up on each other.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
I mean, suppose that'd be more ninja because at the same time, samurai were battle archers, but you know.
Yeah.
Semantics.
Samurai could be sneaky if they wanted to be.
Did you just push your sword at me, sir? Oh, shit. Ow!
You're dead now.
I fucked up.
You fucked up real hard. Oh, that just lost you the battle.
No.
I mean, I know it's no matter what you do, it ends up being a loss essentially anyway.
Yeah, I think I get a better hit off or something. Or
Yeah.
You spilled your Prego. What are we gonna have for supper? I'm not eating that fake shit again.
Prego really insists on itself because it just means you're welcome. You're not that good, Prego. Fuck you. You're not God's gift to pasta sauce.
You're not welcome, but by God, your presence is bothering the fuck out of me.
See, like I told you, approximate knowledge of a lot of things.
Approximate knowledge. Well, I'm not a doctor, Takechi, but
I think
yeah.
I don't. The prognosis is not good. You're gonna lose a lot of that red stuff there. I'm not too sure what that's called, but
He just holds out their dad's art. Holds it up to his ear. No pulse.
Starts breathing through one of the valves.
Just splattering him in the face. Just streaming tears of Sakamoto. Please stop. He's just blowing in it. Come on, Pops! Trying to give it CPR. Just punching the shit out of it.
Softly graphic.
Hands it back to him and it just looks like a fully formed Baconator.
It just becomes a Baconator. As it turns out, time travel is actually possible if you blow through the valves of your heart real in the right. I ain't gonna even continue that. That was stupid. And I won't put you all through that because I love you all. I love you.
Legitimately, thank you everybody for blowing up WWE lately and just supporting our content.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for subscribing. We're at 73 subscribers and couldn't be happier. And thank you to our artist, Cryptic Duck, on Instagram for going full time with us. And right now he's working on the Blasphemous thumbnail for us, and we can't wait for that.
I'll be honest, I forgot we were making the Blasphemous. I kind of put things out of my mind. I have a bad memory. Let me just come out and say it. I have a bad memory. I thank every day that I have my friend here by my side because he's like 30% of my like memory half the time, most of the time.
And he's lost 30% of his blood. Come on, man.
Because while I have a really great memory when it comes to weird, interesting facts, when it comes to the day-to-day, sometimes I worry that I forget to breathe.
Average omniscience means manual breathing from time to time.
I mean, yeah. By the way, you're all manually breathing right now.
Dude. You know what? Add a dislike for me. Hate you.
Don't worry. It's worse on me because it lasts a long time.
Like we said, short-term memory loss, so he kind of just sits there. Sorry, headphone users. And I'll be perfectly honest, even when I watched this for the first time,
Excuse me.
for any of you invested with this, a little sorry for talking over the cutscenes and kind of riffing. It's a Like a Dragon game, and early in Like a Dragon games, the melodrama is at its peak compared to the ending. It ramps up and then kind of falls right back down to pretty much shenanigans for the next 8 to 12 hours.
Yeah.
And then shit goes off the wall again. Then again, Ishin might be different.
It's true. It's true.
And being perfectly honest, I actually really like this. I love that he puts himself out here, like, he's pretty much exiling himself just to save his brother.
Mm-hmm.
Because he believes in their cause that much already. I mean, just speaking in terms of overall endearing characters, Kiryu is an icon of literally tenacity and determination. And finacity, because, I mean, have you seen this chiseled daddy, my people? Look at him! I mean, chiseled not so much. He doesn't exactly have a jawline of stone, but that's what Kuze's here for.
He barely has a jawline at all, honestly.
Yeah. Then again, he doesn't have a circle like Shibusawa does.
Yeah.
They truly broke the mold. It's a circle. SpongeBob drew his face as an immaculate perfection and then erased most of it. More like belongs in the trash. Why are you carrying tiki torches?
Well, I guess
Trying to keep the mosquitoes away?
not to sound bad, I guess. I don't want to say the other word because that can be misconstrued and the algorithm can pick it up. But a lot of Japanese, well, I mean, a lot of like Asian people in general don't necessarily have angular faces.
I mean, fun fact about our old roommate, when I first played Yakuza Kiwami, he said Kitty looks more European than he does actually Asian. And he does kind of have almost a bit of a Roman nose.
Yeah.
But like, you know.
That's not to say that, you know, there are no Asian people with angular faces and like wicked jawlines and shit like that. But it's just a little less common. I mean,
Man, these people look like movie stars. Like,
I'm also a fat guy talking about jawlines and shit. So, you know, I can't really, I don't have a leg to stand on. And Tony, he doesn't have a jawline because, well, he's German. And English.
yeah.
And the English aren't exactly known for having jaws at all.
In fact, that was part of the noble bloodline, sloped jaw. Don't be a mouth breather, people.
Unless you have a deviated septum.
And breathe when you can.
Yeah.
The story thus far. We've been watching it! 2 hours in, recap. What is this, Alone in the Dark 2008? Who played that train wreck? I did.
I don't think I ever did.
It sucked.
Yeah. I think I watched Jack play it, maybe?
No.
I watched someone play
Oh,
it.
Jared. He did a video on it.
Yeah. Pro Gerard, the finishist. Let me just say, just for YouTube sake, because I've been going through a lot of my YouTubers lately, and just getting rid of a lot of culling the herd of the people I watch generally, because a lot of people kind of come out recently being really shitty about a lot of stuff, and I just didn't really like it anymore, so I wanted to get them the fuck off my page. I'm also trying to get rid of a little bit more of the negativity in my life, because I don't need that shit. But, which I recommend everyone do. I still get dragged into it a lot because I like a lot of stuff that ends up being not controversial in of itself, but other people making controversial shit about it. I mean, just if you like anime, there's always going to be a controversy. There's shit like that. There's always something dumb. Or in some cases, very rightfully, people very rightfully having rages, but you know, we keep going on.
Don't be an Evangelion fan, that is all.
Yeah.
Don't be an old Evangelion fan.
It's a great anime. Fan base is not always as great.
The rebuilds are better.
Some of the angels don't look as good in the rebuild.
They both have their merits.
Yeah, I mean,
I can completely agree that the philosophical side of it on the and the biblical themes definitely are better than the original.
Yeah. And I mean, I honestly, I'm fully for you watching the original and then watching the rebuilds.
Definitely.
Because I think you'd get more out of it for watching both.
Do not skip End of Evangelion, but trigger warning for anyone watching it. Like, do not go into End of Evangelion if you are in a bad state of mind. It is a dark movie, people. And I don't say that lightly. It takes a lot for me to like put a warning on a movie, The only movie I can really say to that is Hereditary. And that's because some people might not be ready for that fucking movie.
Yeah. But back to what I was actually trying to get at. Actually, because of a lot, controversy, I got back into Game Grumps again recently, which used to be my number one favorite YouTube show, I guess. And like, that's all I ever really watched. I didn't watch TV. I just watched Game Grumps and play video games. And usually I do both at the same time.
If our banter back and forth doesn't emulate or show our influence, well,
yeah.
Now you know.
I mean, that's kind of half the reason why I wanted to get into YouTube to begin with, is just because I wanted to be like the Grumps. And Aaron's a bit... I don't like to say the word hero, but I guess that's the best word for it. He's a bit of a hero of mine. Just because, he may not always be the greatest of people, just, but
We all got our struggles.
exactly. And he's done great things. He's created a lot of jobs for a lot of people, and he's doing his best life. He's living his best life now. At least I'd hope so, because I used to really worry about that poor fella.
Hey, he won Creator Clash. I'd say he's doing pretty good.
Yeah, that's the other thing that kind of pushed me into thinking about this more, is just, or even wanting to talk about it too, because the dude won Creator Clash, and it was
It
was a TKO. Well, he won his match at the very least, but yeah, he got a TKO, and it was a good fight. It was a good, clean fight. He's definitely not going pro anytime soon, let me tell you that much. As also a big boxing fan, he wouldn't last more than 2 seconds in an actual ring with an actual boxer. But he did good for what he did. I'm proud of the boy for that.
I gotta throw a little compliment out to one of the people I watch here and there just on TikTok, and I've been a fan of them. I believe it's Jayla Ray. She won her match at Creator Clash, and I found out she was going to be taking part in it, and congratulations to them too, and congratulations to anyone who walked into that ring and walked out with their head held high.
Yeah.
I mean, it's overall a great organization.
And just even if you lost, hey, you tried. This is like one that I really enjoy watching. I watch his fights every time he has a fight. Every time Dad has a fight, I'm watching.
Okay. Kyo is Kyoto.
Yeah. Man, he fights. If he were a bit younger and actually wanted to, he probably could have gotten into like a lightweight division. Definitely wouldn't have gone Golden Glove, but he actually probably could have if he tried. Dude's multi-talented, let me just say that. If you don't know who Dad is, just search him up. The channel's not called Dad anymore because he's moved on to a new project, but still, he still does Dad, and it's just as amazing as always.
Like we said, it kind of just drops down to shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
Good old... Man, I slept shitty. I also had a dyslexia moment when she said Bafuku. I read it as Mabufu from Persona 5.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Ice magic? What? Oh, duh. Jesus. Wow. I've been also, I'm going for the other ending of Persona 5 Royal because I went with the original ending again. And I've been loving that. And of course, Tyler's been loving watching it again because I've played it in front of him this is the third time.
Yep.
And he's gotten to watch this anime just get more and more fleshed out as it goes along, essentially.
See, the ironic thing is, I've not played the game once. Well, that's a lie. I played it for about an hour, but that was like when the original first came out. Tony didn't play it for a couple days, so I was like, oh hell, I'll try to start up a save. And then when I started playing it, he wanted to play it, so I just gave it back to him.
I used to do that a lot.
Okay.
Pissed off I insulted their skills.
But once he's done with his, I'm probably either gonna borrow his or buy my own copy and start playing it. But in the meantime, I've been playing, oh, what the hell is it called again? It's got a long ass name. It's a Niece of America. Well, actually, it's a Niece game. Nippon Ichi Software is really good. Labyrinth of Risperia? I don't remember. It's another one it's a weird word. Yeah. That's it has a subtitle which yeah.
It's a dungeon crawler though. So
Yeah.
and it looks pretty good. He's stuck to beat hell right now, but
Yeah, I think I might have accidentally glitched the game or sold an item or something that I shouldn't have. So I'm going to have to restart tomorrow or something, but
other than that, he's been playing Midnight Suns and one other game.
I mean, I was playing Vampire Survivors.
I think that's
Because I was playing Vampire Survivors for like 3 days. Last week, and that's pretty much all I did.
yeah. I'm trying to think of. I swear to God, you were playing one other game for like a minute.
I mean, I was playing Soul Calibur.
Honestly, Brad, that's probably Soul Calibur.
I haven't been doing much of anything other than like story wise.
I also
Other
have
than
lunkhead brain right now because we were recording after I went to the gym, so I'm definitely not at my full faculties right now.
And generally, if I put a game down, I forget about it until I want to play it again.
Whoa, what a battle cry. So we're just ignoring the fact that I'm using a real sword and they're using kendo sticks?
No, you're using kendo stick.
Oh.
Maybe not. It's hard to tell.
I think it is. Hold on.
No,
Yeah,
there's no guard. Yeah.
Hey.
How's it
How's it
going?
Oh. 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 Can you handle my sideways walking? Oh, we can.
He certainly can.
Disarm. Strike. Parry, parry, thrust, thrust. Good. I love that movie.
I do too.
I prefer the Princess Bride nowadays, though.
Yeah. That is a far superior
I
movie.
teleported his sword behind him. That's how good I am. Teleporting sword style.
I mean, you also cut clean through him with your wooden sword, so, you know.
What do you want?
Who's this pretty boy?
Crow. Hell no. Exposition, exposition.
I like his, I don't think you'd call that a kimono necessarily, but whatever form of fashion that is, it's quite nice. But it's also purple, and that's my favorite color, so.
We are 3rd Street Saints fans for certain in this house.
3rd Street Live.
Stillwater 3rd Street. Steelport sellout 3rd Street. 3rd. Steelport's a little too fancy. They're wearing suits. Shawnee ain't even on drugs. That's
Dead.
I loved how he came back in 4.
Though I do love Oleg.
Oh, Oleg is the best. Oh, the new crew is great. Like Oleg. Once you get the guy from the Cyber Dudes.
Mm-hmm.
The villain being the head of the luchadors, he's okay.
Yeah. He's kind of a shit heel. He's not even much of a good character.
Yeah, in all reality. Like, the three villains of 2 were great. The head of the Ronin, especially the Brotherhood, that was an awesome arc.
Yeah.
And I mean, Zinyak is just the best villain of the whole series.
Mm-hmm. Even if he's unfortunately in the shittiest game.
Not the gods, but I am here for some divine intervention. Chubby Ronin. How rude of you, Kane.
Man, these are some fancy ass dressed Ronin. There's way too much color for them guys. They're like, I don't know. I mean, it's like that guy you just slashed there with the orange pants and the. Just like, come on, man. At least color coordinate a little bit.
See,
you look like a clown.
That's the problem. They're preps. They're preppy samurai.
And you're gonna cut down a lady.
They're not actually real.
Although I do enjoy that that burgundy top he's wearing. It's so delicious.
It's gorgeous.
And he just disappeared. He just fucking disappeared.
There. Something on my shoe! What is it?
Oop.
Hello, funny hat man.
The priest.
You are funny hat man now. I gotta help him back to the temple. He hurt his leg while getting mugged. Oh yeah, virtue. Pretty sure that gets me bonuses.
I like the Shinto priest hat. They're very, very odd.
They are, but they're cool.
Hmm. What is it with like religions and weird hats?
I mean,
It's a lot of. I mean, I guess it's to distinguish. Like that's a genuine question, because like I guess it's to distinguish because like, you know, if you saw the Pope roaming around without his robes and his hat on, you're just like, oh hey, that's just a normal old dude. But like you see him in the robes and the big hat, boom, hey look, it's the Pope. The same thing with like, you know, like I said, the Shinto priests and stuff like that. I mean, a lot of I don't imagine there's a whole lot of them that wear that kind of hat these days. I mean, you see it every now and again when you're like watching. I mean, I watch a lot of like exploration videos for Japan, and you know, go to different temples and stuff because temples are always cool, especially the older ones. But you know, once in a while you catch a priest. But it's just kind of weird.
I mean, if we're talking in like the most layman sense humanly possible,
Yeah.
It's quite literally just the whole like life, or more so natural way of look bigger, be stronger.
Yeah.
Like just in terms of like this, the bare basics of like instinct. I mean, like one of my favorite aspects of old medieval times, and one of my favorite factions that I feel is just sorely not talked about enough. Oh shit. Oh.
Is he in the water?
Yep.
Yeah, he goes in the water.
He's taking a dip. The Teutonic Knights,
Yeah.
which were known for being terrifying, and in all reality, they just had big, fancy helmets. That's. I mean, granted, they were pretty much crusaders in their terms of brutality and like overall ferociousness, and I mean, they did fight in the name of God because you know everyone did back then.
Yeah. I think the other, like, I'm just kind of not even necessarily look bigger, be scary kind of thing, but like in I guess for like a religious sense, is because like Like I said, the Pope, and then the Shinto
Mhm.
priest, and then you got like the Sikhs, which I'm pretty sure this is the wrong terminology for it, but I'm sorry, I'm not too up to date on Sikhs, but the turban they wear.
Yeah. Oh God, they
I
they do have a
I
special
know there's
headwear.
a specific term for it, but you know these Sikhs with the turbans, and then like
Look
your
it up, kid.
your average Jewish person with the yarmulke, and then you've got the Hasids with the big hat, the big furry hat.
I'm gonna kill you, kid.
I would love to know what that is called, if anyone knows. I'm sure I could look it up pretty easily, but those hats are amazing. Just the big round boys.
I mean, speaking actually in pretty layman's terms, yet again, I talk about Teutonic Knights when we're playing a samurai game. When status for samurai was like their helmets were very much status symbols for a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. At least during like the shogunate, I think this is
This is during the
pretty
shogunate.
like I mean this is the fall of the shogunate. They weren't as powerful then, if I remember correctly. I don't remember, but this is about the time when samurai started becoming. Well, at the very least, maybe the shogunate's fine, but samurai themselves started becoming more outlaws instead of
Mm-hmm.
you know the law essentially. I mean, they were never quite the law anyway, but they were usually. I mean, a lot of them were no more than mercenaries anyway. But they're the guys who you got to get things done essentially.
Turn anything into a toy. Well, then I'm gonna give you a metal plate, kid. What should I give him for a toy?
Give them a crystal.
Sake. Actually, that one's very rare. Actually, I'm gonna hold on to that.
Uh,
I'm gonna give you. You know what? Have a pill bug. Have a roly poly.
you want a pet kid?
How's this? What is this? Just gonna go play with the pill bug. Ah.
Old school marbles.
And with that, I think that's the episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you everybody for watching. Sorry this one was kind of all over the place for us. A little more podcasty than even's normal for us. Too.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And remember to keep it metal. Have a sexy day. And stay tuned for another.
In effect. Also, I'm calling it here and now, Tony. We're calling this episode Approximate Knowledge of Everything.
Yes. Approximate Omniscience.
Approximate Omniscience. There we go. Goodbye, everybody. Love you. Bye-bye.